The term disinformation tends to conjure up images of Twitter bot armies with thick Russian accents.
Then we steal Matris, Boris.
No time like the president, Natasha.
But the disinformation landscape in 2020 is a lot more complex. Homegrown disinformation is the much bigger problem. It starts with President Donald Trump's re-election campaign and extends into a vast network of pro-Trump super PACs, right-wing media outlets, and an organized army of keyboard warriors happy to amplify every lie, conspiracy, and misdirection online.
Fauci, under UN directives, sent people with the flu and pneumonia into nursing homes in 10 states where over half the deaths happen now.
Trump's supporters can't merely be dismissed as bots. His online fan base is certainly over-amplified, but it's made up of actual individuals happy to spend considerable time and resources getting pro-Trump messaging, including a lot of disinformation out into the ether. Whether they're shoring up Trump's base, directing hate at minority groups, or encouraging voter suppression of a key constituency, disinformers continually target their craft to select audiences. They dehumanize other groups as a way of stoking fear and hatred, energizing their own base. Black voters are heavily targeted by disinformation. Broad common themes that pro-Trump disinformers engage in repeatedly. Voter suppression. That's content that discourages voting or spreads incorrect information about how to vote. Claims of rigging and voter fraud.
To really vote, and without fraud, you have to go and you have to vote at the polling place.
Conspiracy mongering. We're seeing conspiracies about the COVID-19 virus, where it originated, associating it with 5G technology, and even blaming Microsoft founder Bill Gates.
The decision to launch the pandemic was made at the World Economic Forum in Davos in January 2020. This was attended by a cadre of international bankers, businessmen, including Bill Gates, and the representatives of the Rockefeller and the Rothschild families.
Race baiting. This has always been a central tenet of Trump's electoral strategy, from his very first campaign speech to ads that his re-election campaign is running right now.
You have reached the 911 police emergency line. Due to defunding of the police department, we're sorry, but no one is here to take your call.
Reproductive health disinformation. Reproductive freedom is a wedge issue in 2020, and disinformers are taking a page from the Christian right, adopting their rhetoric, including disinformation about reproductive care.
Subsidize late-term abortion and after-birth execution.
Demonizing socialism, Antifa, and leftism.
Antifa is a far-left group of radical anarchists, and agitators is a nice word.
To thrive, disinformation needs amplification, and lots of it. Disinformers generally have a plan not just to create disinformation, but to disseminate it using both willing amplifiers and dupes. Journalists and media outlets often become unwitting carriers of disinformation, helping viral online conspiracies, propaganda, and disinformation go mainstream. The COVID-19 pandemic has been a gift to disinformers. They have the infrastructure in place to exploit this current moment, and the fear and anxiety it produces is to their advantage. We can't stop Trump and his coalition of supporters from creating and spreading disinformation. But we can inoculate ourselves by knowing who's creating the disinformation, who they're targeting, and teaching ourselves how to spot disinformation in the news coverage and social media we consume.